it is time for something brand new. Welcome to the very first race of 10 weeks ahead of us. This is the Champions Series. At the moment, we have 9 leagues joined up, ready to duke it out to see who really is the best of the best. And today, we're around Spielberg, Austria, 2.683 miles, 10 turns, 3 zones of action all to come forward. The drivers really only feel about 4 of these corners. We come in ready for this. Welcome up to the commentary box. As you can see in the picture alongside me, the lobby is ready. We are ready, all set to go. We have 18 cars on the grid, 9 leagues. The Renault team, interestingly enough, is up for grabs, and we'll talk about that more throughout this broadcast. But listen, if you fancy a chance of racing against the very best in esports, get in touch on the Discord service and get in touch on the chat as well here on Twitch. I've got it open right now. Already, good morning. Let's go for Gexy48. Let's go TRL. Let's go TRL for the win for Simon. Turbo Kyle says TRL. A lot of fans for TRL out there as well. It's Rogue, of course. We know you from other series. Saying equals you in this race. Well, we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? Because look, there's the screen just to that side of the camera, I should point out. Going all forward as well. I'll be dipping in and out on the com cam throughout this session as well to give you some analysis, and I wish I had somebody sitting alongside me, but unfortunately COVID rules do prevent that, so solo at the moment. But good morning to everybody in the chat. I can see it firing up on my laptop screen just alongside me. But it's not just one race. You may notice this is a 4-season run. And why is that? Well, this is the calendar, how it looks at the moment. This weekend, we are here in Austria. Following that, we'll go to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix. Italy in the first weekend available in March, just before pre-season testing. And then we go to Brazil on the 14th. That is the final day of pre-season testing for the Formula 1 season, so everyone going to be ready for that. Then, after that, we have the 21st of March. We have the Bahrain race, just a week before we actually go lights out on the Formula 1 season. And then if you fancy tuning in on the 28th, well, after the Formula 1 Bahrain Grand Prix and the MotoGP race in Qatar that follows straight after, if you're still hungry for racing, and who isn't, join us here again for the Hungarian Grand Prix. The same time, same place, 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern, always on a Sunday. Japan is in the first weekend of April, the 4th of the 4th. Unfortunately, it's not the 444, but, well, we have to give and take, don't we? China, then, on the 11th of April, round about the same time it would have been on the Formula 1 calendar. Belgium, who doesn't love Spa-Francorchamps, the longest track on the calendar at 7 kilometres, is on the 18th. And then a couple of days after my own birthday, we wrap up the season on the 25th of April at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. 10 weekends, 9 leagues, all battling it out. And if you want to be part of it, then please do get involved. The 2 Renault seats are still up for grabs. If you want to represent your eSport league, get in touch. The Discord service as well, the link, and also here on the chat, get in touch. Our people are watching. I'm watching. Get in touch. We want to know everything that you want to know. So, as you can see, the drivers are beginning to ready up. We've got some interesting internet connections there. If you're a regular viewer on the channel, you know we've covered the NFS series, the TRL, the CRL. We have got multiple leagues coming in that are going to try and duke it out. 2 drivers from each league, and I've got them coming up on my laptop now. As you can see, interesting to note as well, Mohamed Utas and Benny Kalak, if you watch our original series run, you know as well as I do, they are fast drivers. But can they keep up with the rest? 4 of the 17 drivers are ready as well and waiting. Let's return to the chat. Let's see. Faxland's going to get the clean sweep. Faxland hasn't even joined the lobby yet. Well, yeah, I think he has. Looking at that as well. CAFC_Tommy. So is that CAFC? I'm going to have to tell me how to pronounce that. JT for the win. He's a god. My ears are bleeding. Well, you might want to turn your volume down a little bit. It's going to get very, very loud going forward as well. I'm looking for the Renault seat, Josh. That's from Bertman Twitch. Well, get in touch as well. We'll note you down and our admin team will get you to DM them as well. Hello from SoCan as well. Let's go BBB. That's our original series one. Nice to see you, Josh. That's Manny DeMarco. I hear you're moving tomorrow. Good luck with that, mate. Going forward, Benny from Seymour Copan going well. GGGSP. That's from A Stop ITV. Is that ITV? Is in the old F1 broadcaster ITV? If so, they were glory days, weren't they? Here to sport WCR from the that's YXNG Light Set. I have to get better at pronouncing these names in the chat. Going forward as well, just get in touch. Who do you think is going to win the race throughout as well? I'll be dipping in and out in between the sessions. Now let's go through the rules for you, because that's what we want to know, don't you? If you can't read the little bit that's alongside the monitor. I've got a big comm monitor here that shows me everything. Well, obviously, we're going to race Formula 1 cars from 2020. There's no practice allowed in this session. We'll have an 18-minute short qualifying. We have a 50% race distance. The car performance is all equal. The starting grid obviously is formed on qualifying. We have a safety car if we need it. We have collisions on. Whether the vehicle damage is reduced so that we don't all go out, all guns blazing. Even Formula 1's official league took heed from that. You don't want to have car damage going everywhere. Going forward, the weather's set to dynamic. Parc Fermé rules are on, so as soon as you leave the garage in qualifying, that is enough going forward. Corner cutting. This has been an interesting one as well. That is set to strict. So, if you cut the corner a maximum of 3 times, on the third, you'll get a penalty. It can be between 3-5 seconds as well. And, of course, we all know the big 10-second penalty that we've seen going forward as in the previous full weeks. Now, car setup, that's on full. Ghosting is off, so that's going to be interesting to see if anyone has a massive contact together. And, of course, rules and flags are on, so we're expecting to see the yellow flag and the green flag and the blue flag. And race starts, crucially, are on manual, so it's all about getting the right lever to age these cars away. We are getting ready for the start of the session. We have 26 seconds remaining on the clock just here, if your eyes are good enough to see that. Get in touch as well on Twitter at JoshuaBirch99. Get in touch on the Twitch stream and on the Discord as well for BBB Racing. The links are all on our channel, so come watch. It's going to be fun as we are getting ready for the start. So I'm about to fly away from visual of the comm cam, and I'll be back in between the session just to liven things up if I spot anything interesting as well. In between the gap of qualifying and the race, we are about to get set. You all know the rules. It's 18 minutes for qualifying, and at the end, we will know who will start on pole position. So we're all set, ready to go. The field is lining up ready, and we will have 18 minutes for the qualifying session to get underway. And don't forget also, if you're new to the channel, we do have an audio up lap as well. And would you know it, the weather set to dynamic, and already we have full wet weather conditions to start this session. So, who's going to be brave enough to head out first? This is the key time to see who is going to be best of the best. Now, we have also got all of the correct data for you, so you can see they're all going on our intermediates at the moment. We have our onboard speed graphic, the driver tracker, and of course, the top right of your picture, we will see who we are watching, also followed by their time in the session. It's going to be a lot of fun. No one in a hurry to set out there straight away on the track, and they're all going to be probably thinking, oh, what's best to go out on? Persassin, the ISRL_Persassin, if you remember on the channel, we've had some dealings with him. He is an unstoppable force when it came to the CRL last season. He's not in the PSL anymore, I understand. He's changed to ISRL, but Persassin very much going forward. Let's have a look. TNF1 Esports, good luck to the boys at Transnational Esports, powered by Drink Alchemy. Cars heading out onto the track. We've got Force India, or Racing Point, or Aston Martin, whatever you want to call them, heading out onto the circuit as well. And here we are, on board with dear SXP Kai. And he's going to head out straight onto the track on a set of intermediate tyres. We have the ability, of course, to see them on board. There it is. Easing away up towards the Ryan corner. Just to see how he attaches the braking zone. Gets on the curb a little bit too much. Slow the exit. It's an outlap as well, but these are the first chance these guys have got to see exactly what is happening out there. Passassin racing for NFS as well, Oreo Rans tells us, so thank you for that as well. He races for that NFS, who I believe had their race earlier on this evening. Round the Pirelli turn 6 and 7 complex, all looking okay so far. First chance these guys get in wet conditions. I hope people have practiced for wet weather. If not, nasty shock. Certainly a nasty shock for us when we turned on and found it. Who's first one to start a lap time then? It can't be. Yes, it is. Okay. It's Sir Quinn. Sir Quinneth in 10th in the Red Bull. Up to turn 1. Steep uphill climb as well. Got to hit the braking zone just right. Fire up. This is a little kink at turn 2. Put there because MotoGP considered that a corner. So Remus at turn 2 now becomes turn 3. Heavy braking uphill. First gear corner in the wet. Downhill towards Sochless Gold. Seymour Copran joins the party. Downhill into the braking zone. This is Sochless Gold. 8th gear flat out, down all the way to 4th gear. He's had to drink down to 2nd in wet weather conditions. Not a lot of grip on the entrance. Flying now down towards Pirelli. 4th gear. Gearbox flicking quite a lot. So Sir Quinneth not comfortable where to put the car in the braking zone. See how much understeer he had. The car was to force wide. It comes through the Votch curve. Now coming up to the Rint at turn 9. And the Red Bull Mobile, turn 10. One of the heaviest braking spots on the track as well. It's difficult because there's a little bit of a bump mid-corner that often puts you out wide. It's a 1:13, 1:06 for Sir Quinneth, immediately beaten by Doevsky, who's gone top. 1:11.566. Time's going to be coming down. Let's have a look at Benny Callagh. He's often one to watch in these conditions. Oh, he's just gone wide and has lost the lap time. So on his very first start lap, he had just had that little mistake at the exit off the track. He's representing the BBB Original Series, or the European Series, we call it as well. Flying uphill. Let's take a look back at Oldham for representing the TNE. And JT Gelotto has just gone top, a 1:11.535. Passassin 4th, 1:11.631. The Hazza 09 goes 5th, 1:12.372. Weeder was in 7th, but Passassin's jumped to 4th. Payne's dead. Has just gone to P5, 1:11.993. Mohamed Utas is 10th, 1:13. And TNE Hold'em, or Honda M1, goes into 5th, 1:11.638. But F1 Linus goes top, 1:11.483 on those intermediate tyres. Yellow in the last 2 corners. Looks like one of the Red Bulls a bit wide out for the mark. Ferrari coming into the pit lane as well. TNF1 Esports saying, come on, Andrew. The Pro League Racing saying, race to be dry. And TNF1 Esports as well, also saying, bloody MotoGP, making me argue this point for years. Trust me, I was covering the Austrian Grand Prix last season for Formula 1 on the YouTube channel of mine, Joshua Birch Motorsport Journalist. We do watch-alongs on there as well. And I was having exactly the same debate. It's not a corner, it's a little kink. Turn 2 should be Remus, not turn 3. An annoying little kink as well. It just makes life a little bit more harder for us as well. But considering if anyone watched the MotoGP crash at the Austrian Grand Prix where I think it was Morbidelli made contact and Valentino Rossi and Maverick Vinales almost had the bikes fly right between them and wipe them out, you understand that maybe the little kick of a corner might just be a little bit more on a MotoGP bike. And Passassin has gone top on a 1:11.394, but F1 Linus just goes top again, a 1:11.317. And Damien Insanity to 3rd. Now, I've heard that he has been quite quick in practice, and he's proving the point there, isn't he? His reputation precedes him. Spin out in the background. Someone's off at turn 1. I think it's one of the Mercedes. Is it Utas? Because he's coming through that part of the track. But Damien Insanity goes top. 1:11.266. Much better lap time. So, we're going to try and find somebody who hasn't set a time just yet. Can't find one at the moment. Benny Callagh, though, hasn't set a time. He's down in 17th place at the moment and is back in pit lane. Chris is off in the Ferrari. That's caused the yellow flag. That's coming out of the Vauch curve. Yeah, coming back towards the pit lane at Rindt, turn 9. He's back into the pit lane then. Just taking it a little bit more easy than we thought he would do. So Chris Nurazzo is representing the Velocity Esport League. He's in the Velocity Ferrari. Oh, look at that. Perfect time. F1 Linus goes a 1:11.013, immediately loses the next lap, but representing the GSP Racing League, he is into top spot. Not bad at the moment, is it? Come on! Race of Champions for esports. Brilliant idea. Brilliant that these leagues are taking place. And remember, the Renault seats are up for grabs. Get in touch. We want to know. Fill that grid for next week. I do think we should have it like a rolling guest spot. But if anyone wants to take that seat permanently, get in touch. Now, on an outlap is quite a few of the drivers. Payne's Dead wants to keep an eye on. Quite surprising everybody last season in the league that we covered previously, the PLR. Passassin is also representing PLR, as I said. But he's just taking it a bit easy now. F1 Linus, 4 laps on those intermediate tyres. Haven't gone too much yet. So, we've talked about it, but do you want to hear it? Because we have an ability on this channel to do, as I suggested, an audio uplap. Now, what this means is I shut up for one whole lap of qualifying, and you get to hear cars on board in an advanced volume. So we ride on board, I be quiet, and let's have an audio uplap. And Payne's Dead comes across the line and does a 1:11.933. So not exactly the too dissimilar time to what we're used to here. So we'll keep it up. And TNF1 is just kicking into overdrive. I'm due, no pressure to get the Alpha into a hot lap. And hey, wait a second. Payne's Dead, he used to be in our league, LMAO. So we have got 7 minutes remaining. We're about 10 minutes into this first qualifying of this Champion Series for 2021. I'm just looking at the monitor alongside me, the commentary box as well. GSP 1 and 2, let's go. That's from All Stop ITV. And 7 minutes to go. We've got cars now backing each other up. That's part of the format as well. The walk. Oh, that's a big slide as well from Payne's Dead, trying to get out of the way of, I believe, that was Chris Nurazzo. Yeah, it's in one of the Ferraris as well, so it's not Passassin, he's back in the pit lane as well. Coming back in now, several other cars. Let's have a look at War X Rage. Coming to the line, 1:10, 1:11, 1:11.930. So moves up into 9th place. Not a bad start. So yeah, get in touch at Joshua Burge 99 on Twitter. Get in touch on the Twitch channel as well and on the Discord, most importantly. And also, if you love this Champion Series as I'm doing, I am sat in the commentary box. So I've been told to sit down so we can talk to you on the comcam, but I've been stood up, bouncing around the box. ecstatic about what I'm watching and waiting to see what's going to happen within the next 6 minutes of the session. So it is going to be good. You can pretty much rest assured on that. Carl's getting out of the way now as well. And let's have a look at Cam 5252. Let's call him the Cam. An American driver racing for Williams. Dylan's up into 8th place and Shabby 2K to 7th in the McLarens as well. Great point of view. They are representing the WCR. We're just waiting. Let's look at the top spot as well. Racing point 1 and 2. Sepsky is in second. Linus is in first for the GSP. Championship points on offer. And who's going to switch to dry tyres? Well, look at this on the monitor. Payne's dead. Briefly toyed with the idea of putting on a set of soft compound tyres. But Sir Gwyneth has put on softs. Now Payne's dead does it. Oh, you've gone back to the Inters. Come on, mate. Give it a brave. What do you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. Come on. Might be worth going out on slicks to me. If it's not raining out there, that's from that's from Drew Z. TNFL F1 Esports says, wait, BBB, who are you really? Well, me. I'm your commentator, Joshua Birch. Got a whole team behind us, helping us to bring it to you. And hopefully you're enjoying everything as well. Loving the idea, the innovative of being able to include the comcam as well on these broadcasts. That's never usually something we get to do on this channel if you're new to us. But software updating all the time. And this is a Champions special. I do want a Champions lap drive as well, because look at this. F1 Linus coming up. He's on an out lap right now. But look at this. Slicks going on for Sir Gwyneth and for the Hazza. And mediums for Sir Epsky. And Drew Z saying supporting the Velocity Esports drivers who are driving for Ferrari. That's Chris Neuras and Lil Weeder. And Seymour, we all know Seymour saying we're going to smash this race. Benny Cadillac, who's commentating? I'm your commentator. In fact, I wasn't planning on, but back to this. Hello, look, I'm standing in the box. Joshua Birch, I'm your commentator. I also do the Formula 1 watch-alongs on my own YouTube channel, Joshua Birch, Motorsport Journalist. Been told to sit down in my ear so I can give you a good look. Do watch-alongs on the YouTube channel, do the esports as well. That's Joshua Birch. I'm on Twitter at Joshua Birch99. That's BURCH. Everyone gets us all confused. Cars coming back into the pit lane now, as you can see. A lot of them deciding, is it brave enough to put on slick tyres? You've got 3 minutes left to get out there. You may as well head out. Now, also remember, we've got 3 minutes remaining. And then anyone who's on the lap gets 3 minutes to complete. So they've all got that chance to head out there. So, keeping it brave. Passassin heading back out on Inters. It's brand new Inters, but to me, the track looks dry enough to try the slicks, and I think that's what everyone's thinking. It's a coin toss. What was that? That's a Moeism. It's a coin toss. Absolutely. And Chris Nura is going back out on the circuit now as well. 2 minutes 28 to go. I'm watching because the first car's headed out onto the slicks. And that is Chris Neuras of the Ferrari. He's waiting to see, isn't he? He's just testing out the conditions. Now, Sochler's goal. Downhill. Second gear. Yeah, it looks dry. Looks dry to me. Chat's agreeing. Keeps it through. 1 minute 50 to go. Got to keep pushing. Got to keep charging. And now, also remember, you need about you need to leave with about 90 seconds left to get round to the pit lane. So they're coming up on that. Anyone's in the pit lane might just miss it because they've got to blast around. So who's leaving the pit lane? I don't think they are. This could get tasty. Of course, we all know the final cutoff is 1:11.013 to get round for an out lap and do the lap. F1 Linus does go out again. Good, but I don't think Damien Insanity is. He's slotted into second place at the moment for the FE League. He's racing with the AlphaTauri. And this is the first lap timed in the session to go for a possible pole time. Look at that. Intermediates for the first 17 minutes, slicks for the last minute, and it is delivering us with a fantastic qualifying session. This has reminded me quite a lot of the 1998 Austrian Grand Prix, where Fischer-Keller took pole. It was wet for the first 50 minutes, and the last 10 minutes, it all dried out incredibly quickly, and it was absolutely just blast off to see who's going to get their time. It's what we love about Formula One, whether it's in real life or esports. It can change in a matter of a click. And look at that, it's changed by 6 seconds. Chris Newlands goes top, 1:05.157, but F1 Linus is on a time now. He's already just come out of turn 1 of the Niki Lauda curve, riding uphill through the Kinkat 2 into the braking zone. 8th gear, hard on the brakes, duck down, 2nd gear, get the traction, uphill. Now deploy a little bit of the RS, hit the DRS button and charge downhill towards Sochless Gold. Honda M1 goes top, 1:03.025, so 63 seconds. That's a proper dry time. It took 63 seconds in the actual Formula One race, both in Austria and at Styria last year. Fly round Pirelli. This is the time we're watching. He's been quick in the wet. Can he keep it in the dry? Loads more times coming behind. Damien has gone on to a lap. He got lucky. 2:36 to go in the time remaining. The checkered flag's already out, so now this is key. Mohamed Utas in the Mercedes goes 14th. Checkered flag out at the line. F1 Linus goes second. Can't do it. Look at that time though. 1:03.070. It's TNE Honda M1 who's on top at 1:03.025. Passassin's down into 4th place as Gelotto goes into 2nd place at 1:03.044. Great time there on the board for the TRL who's driving the Haas car. And looking at the board, Cam52 is down the order. Payne's dead, jumps up into 4th place as well. Let's take a look at where Passassin's going to be at the moment. War XR, well, War, what is it good for? Well, it turns out it's not absolutely nothing. It turns out it's fantastic for last lap qualifying bangers because he's gone top with quite a lot of the field left. And, yep, Zaretsky goes into 3rd place, so now the last guy on the board is Passassin. He's got bright, sunny conditions. Can Passassin do what he did last year in the CRL series and go into top spot? No! Stays in 9th place. So, a pole sitter that came out from nowhere, a 1:02.965, a banger of a lap time from War XR Rage. Gets the first honours for the FE and the AlphaTauri. Absolutely fantastic. There's the confirmation of the starting grid. War X Rage top. TNE Honda M1 is 2nd. Sepsky is in 3rd. Gelotto in 4th. Linus is 5th as well. And frankly, an amazing grid. That whole 17 minutes beforehand evaporated as quick as the water on the track because of that last gasp of soft tyres. Fantastic, fantastic. So there's the grid look. We're counting down to the start. There'll be no formation laps, so we'll go literally a 30-second countdown. All 5 lights will go out. The drivers now get 30 seconds when the game loads in order to go and get their setup. It's 50% race distance, so it's usually a 70-lap race here, so it's 35 laps coming up, and it's quite a quick track as well. And wow, what a qualifying start. Now, look at that weather condition as well. That doesn't fill me with confidence. I doubt it fills you with confidence. It's dry in the pit lane, but we've got some very menacing clouds up above. I realise I'm pointing up at the BBB logo there, but if you look here with my beautiful weather graphics, as you can see, it's pretty much dark out there as well. Seymour saying straight strategy to medium as well. Drew Z says, come on, Chris Newlands and Little Weber. Going forward, yep, it looks to me that they're all going to start on the medium compound tyres. The wall's getting ready, you can see. No one's hit the thumbs up button yet. As soon as one driver does, It kicks off the whole procedure, as you can see now, to the countdown. So I better get stood up, actually, and move my chair out of the way. And just do a little bit of a bounce down like Crofty does. If you're English speaking and all around the world, you'll know David Croft and Martin Brundle. But this is going to be an interesting one. 35 laps, presumably a 2-stop race. It's going to be interesting. We're getting the ticker, which means we're close to the start of a new league. It's going to be the Champion Series. 5 red lights, 9 leagues, 10 weeks. Who's the best of the best? It's time to find out as the lights go out in Austria. Great start from Warx Rage up towards turn 1, but Honda M's got the inside line and will take it into turn 1. Drama further back, there's a few bumping and pulling. Already we've got a disconnect. It looks like it's Kyle in the back. I don't think he's racing though. F1 Linus up to 5th place as well. Up towards Remus we go. This has been the scene of many a famous crash. Are we going to see the same today? No. Everyone being very well behaved? No. Spinner. It's Damien. Damien's round. He got spun round in the middle of the pack, but looks to me by Passassin as well. Damage to the front wing. He's going to have to be careful with that one. Into Sochless Gold. 4, 5 abreast. It looks more like an IndyCar start. And a spinner. 2 off, 3 off. That'll cause a safety car. It's Payne's dead. Sir Quineth. And surprisingly, Mohamed Utas. Now, Mohamed Utas has been dominating the BBB Original Series run, winning the first 3 races out of 3 of the second season, and now he's really in trouble. Benny Kalak down into 12th place as well. F1 Linus gets up and he's having a battle with Sepsky, his own teammate from his own league. Lap 1 complete. It's from 2nd place on the grid up towards the lead for TNE Honda M1, who leads on the 2nd lap of 36 going forward. So let's have a look and open up all of the graphics you need. Tyres are ready. And we'll show you as well whoever gets the penalties. We'll show you pit stops, positions, tyres, everything you need going forward in this race. So, starting on the medium was only Cam. He's the only one to start on the mediums. Hard tyres for Benny Callan. That's a brave choice. One stopper if you're on the softs and want to go to the mediums, like 14 to 16 if it's on the hards. Round about the same time, like 13 to 15. So there's a 2-lap difference as well. Fina, it's 2:59. Go, Linus, go. Sepsky. Andrew Honda is one of our top drivers in TE's National Series, but we have Andrew Lee, brackets Amazing Hour, who is the cut above the rest. We wanted him to be nice. Well, there you go. What a start to this race as well. Now, we've had a few dramas. Surprised to see Mohamed Utas back down in 16th place, but Tierney Holden from 2nd on the grid, got the inside line uphill to turn 1 and was able to get the lead, but he's holding off narrowly for Warx Rage, who snapped that pole at the last minute. Look, he's having to move to the inside as well. They've all got DRS now, the 3rd lap, so everyone now active as they run up towards turn number 3 at Remus. 3rd gear there, that's a brave choice as well. Drop back downhill. And it's very good to see that we haven't seen what we usually do with a split already between the cars. Big lockup from Gelotto into 3rd place as well. Linus will keep on with that. And, whoa, look at that. Little Weeder, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. He's running in 11th place at the moment. 3 seconds isn't that bad. You can usually gain that back over the race distance if you get 6 seconds worth of penalties. That's the real kicker, because you can't serve that in the pit lane. You can serve 5 seconds if you get it in the pit lane. Passassin gets a 3-second penalty now. And on the last lap of the race as well, we'll show you where everybody is in the penalties so you can work out where they'll finish as well as me. Passassin, though, despite that corner cut, has got the fastest lap of the race so far. We are watching the closest battle on the track, but Mohamed Utas is off the track. Mohamed Utas at the last corner. I think he's got going. Yes, he has, but it's bumping and boarding mid-pack as well. And it looks to me that Gelotto got a bit further back. He held him up, but look at F1 Linus. He's got Sepsky right behind him. The two racing for their own league of GSP. And a little bit of a cutout there, the graphics, but look at that. We've got Passassin moving to the inside as well. We'll cut back as well to look at this little battle. And Sepsky holding off. Passassin's going to be charging through. TNF1 Esports says, I sense an inter-team battle at the moment. A crash between the two racing points. Kisben says QDRS. Yep, absolutely. Cam on the mediums, an interesting call. I do agree. It's an I agree. Benny Callach as well made a smart choice to go to the hard tyres throughout the remainder of this one. He can go longer as well, as I said, into this first stint. I don't know why the computer graphic was saying that 13 to 15. Presumably he can go 4 laps longer than the rest, so that's going to be one to watch going forward. It's still one of the closest battles on the track. It's a little battle for second. Well, let's include the battle for the lead. Look at that, the top 7 separated by what, 4 seconds? Unbelievable. Safety cars are on, remember, as well as virtual safety cars, so anything can happen. It's the truest of true races can be. Payne's dead, down into 16th place now after that spin, along with Sir Quineth, but Mohamed Utas has just come into the pit lane. He's put on a set of medium tyre compounds. That might just put him a lap down, you know, because he's still in the pit. He's just left the pit lane now. And Little Wiener gets another 3 seconds. That's what I was talking about. It's going to get him 6 seconds worth now. War X Rage goes top, but the Hazard 09 a further 3 seconds added to his time post-race. So, we've got War X Rage on top in terms of pole time, and he is closing, but I'm more worried about Shabby. Shabby looks to the outside line coming into Remus. That's a brave choice. That didn't work out too well for Juan Pablo Montoya in 2001 against Michael Schumacher. Thankfully, though, no contact today between Passassin and Shabby 2K. Now, Sochus Gold, an opportunity for an overtake, unless you Lewis Hamilton, because then you just send your rivals into a little bit of a spin. But less about that, the better. Poor Alexander Albon. Now, going forward, still a little bit of battling, but I've got a feeling our tyre's starting to go. Battle for the lead, though, raging up. And look at this now. I'm going to stay with this because it's 0.3 of a second. Closing as they go over the crest of the hill. That's seen so much action since the old AUSTRIA days back in the 1980s. And the last corner was the mighty Bosch curve. War X Rage coming closer now. Uphill to the Niki Lauda curve. Is he going to think to the inside? No, this isn't really an opportunity for an overtake. A good exit out of turn 1. Get the DRS open. Slide now uphill is really the way to go for it. He spent a lot of time in 7th gear, but he's changed away, opened up a little bit more of the ERS power. Honda M1 is going to go a little bit too much defensive. Look at the rear tyres already graining. Another DRS open now for War X Rage. Dropping down to Sochus Gold. Out of him. Dummy him. Can't get in his wheel tracks, but then bumper to bumper. Wing to wing. Front wing to nose pipe. It's incredible, the battle here. It's lap 7 of 36, by the way, for anyone wondering. Wing to diffuser, TNF1 Esports has just put it. Yeah, that's better. I think every motorsport fan on the planet, as I was thinking about earlier on, has to admit that they are also NASCAR fans for one very particular reason. NASCAR is the very first sport back after the winter break. They're opening up with the Daytona 500 and the Busch Class. So whoever has said, oh no, I don't watch NASCAR, I'm not a motorsport fan, liar! Because you must watch it to get over the winter pain. Sir Quineth gets a 3-second penalty. Half the field now has 3-second penalties. TNF1 Esports, I like NASCAR for their big crashes, that's about it. Well, look at what happened in the Daytona 500. Brad Keselowski, that was a big fiery one as well. Turn 4 as well. I found it a bit more interesting that we had another crash at turn 4, 20 years on from Dale Earnhardt's crash on the last lap. That was one that was interesting with me as well. The similarities that weekend was a bit more too similar to anything I'd like, and I'm always a bit cautious with similarities in motorsports, believe me. War X Rage, 4/10 now between him and the front of Honda AM1 and him behind of JT Gelotto. They're all running, I'm counting what? Up until, yeah, everyone from 1st to 7th is in that battle for the top spot, regardless of what happens behind, because Dylan, bless him, for 8th place, 4 seconds back. He's the one who's got the biggest gap in the midfield, so it really is split into 2 halves this race so far, and this is a battle. Now, dummy him to the inside, up towards turn 2. Oh, he thought about it, but it looked like Honda M1 was a little bit too eager on the brakes. Now DRS Open downhill. He's in a much better slipstream position. Can he dummy him to the outside? No, he's going to go straight for it up the inside. Late on the brakes, locks up. The two almost come together. Wheel to wheel stuff. And that was a fantastic move. Warx Rage retakes the lead. He lost on the first lap of this race, even before turn 1. Now, can he pull away? Oh, that's an interesting call. The third place driver, JG Gelotto, has got a 3-second penalty. That opens up the fight at the front now to just literally go for it. BBB as well, we also say that was a move. I completely agree. Hello to Roberger1 as well. TNF1 Esports also as War Rage as a 106050 says the Australian Supercar Championship kicks off this weekend for the Bathurst 500. So there's some extra motorsport TV for Aussie / Kiwi. And you say, I'm a Kiwi, lol. You must support Brendan Hartley as well. A lot of action coming into turn 3. See, even I made the mistake. One little drama, one little contact, one spin around like we saw at the start of the race. Immediately, you're going to be in the position that you're going to hold up the rest of the field. Penalties as well to be applied. What you don't need is what we've had previously with a safety car carrying out in the last few laps of this race. That's the clincher. And Benny Callagh down to 15th place at the moment, 3 tenths behind Payne's Dead on hard tyres. And Damien Insanity up to 9th place. He's past Cam, the American driver. Damien Insanity racing for the FE team. His teammates currently leading the race. Chris Nierza has got a penalty, so has Passassin. And Chief Gone War says no assist, Tia. I don't know, the drivers are allowed assists if they so require, but I believe quite a lot of the field are running without. This is the best of the best. And speaking of best of the best, uphill into turn 2. Oh, this is going to be close. Going to make contact for sure. War Rage is going to hold on round the outside with an excellent bit of defending. Honda M1 is going to try and pull back to the inside. Side by side, DRS Open into the braking zone at Socialist Gold. And he's got that move done, but can he secure the inside? No. It allows War Rage to just have a little look with the front nose. Has to back out of it. Most drivers can choose to pick Elite as well. In case you're not reading the chat. If not, why not? Open that chat up and get chatting with all our motorsport fans that have joined us. 9 leagues, 10 races across the whole 10 weeks, obviously. I have to say that as well because the Formula E Accelerate now on a month break as they race in Saudi Arabia next weekend. Moving uphill into turn number 1. Holding back, Warx got a lovely exit out of there. He's left Gelotto for dust, and now he's going to really go on the attack for Honda M1. Pulling to the outside into the braking zone. Turn 3, really an opportunity. Honda M1 goes a little bit too far back. Here comes Warx. Back alongside. Come on. Yes, dummy him. Round the outside, brake later. They're going to lock up. They do touch. But a brilliant outside manoeuvre, and he's got it stick. Well done, Warx Rage, a fantastic manoeuvre right round the outside of Socialist Gold, and he kept the move on going towards Pirelli. Fantastic bit of driving. Molto bene, bellissimo. Can't speak any of those languages. Passassin's past, Chris Nierze. Let's back up to 11th place then. Honda M1 really holding back now. Team names have just been put into the chat as well if you are wondering about which leagues are joining us. We've got BBB, FE, GSP, MFR, PLR, TNE, TRL, and Velocity, and WCR, Ferrari WCR, Haas Velocity. Turbo Kyle 111 says TRL, one of our drivers didn't show up, so we just got JT Gelotto out right now. And, oh, JT has damage. Oh, hello. And he has got damage. Where is he? He's down. Oh, he's down now. He's just pitted. He's down to 12th place. So I was looking at the chat. He's pitted to put on a new set of tyres. Chris Nierze is coming now. New set of mediums. So around about that time for the pit stops. And we're especially looking at the top 4, because look, Damien's got up there, and so is Shabby as well. Half the infielders decided now's the time to box. Gelotto pitted, F1 Linus pitted as well. And Mohamed Utas gets a 3-second penalty. That's rare for Utas to have penalties. A lot of flustering out there, maybe a bit of exhaustion. They ran the other race earlier on for the BBB original series. We couldn't broadcast that one, but we'll be back in a few next week. Dylan's up to 4th, because coming into the pit lane is Damien. The battle for the lead, though, still out front. War X and TNE Hold'em 1. Looks like Cam also might be in a little bit of a battle with Damien, so we'll cut between their battle as well at the moment. And he's going to go on the inside. Cam with a lovely move into turn 2. Dylan's going to try and hold around the outside in the McLaren. Can't hold off. So that's Dylan, the WCR. Battling with Cam. Down now towards Sochless Gold on the inside. Breaks late, both lock up. Lovely bit of spatial awareness between the two drivers. And Cam's going to hold on the inside. Beautiful move. Beautiful move. He's not done yet, though, is he? Dylan's coming back at him. Cam racing for the TNE Williams team. Warwick's Rage has just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's speeding in the pit lane, and there he is on the exit. And Holder M1's come in. Cam takes the lead of the race. Warx gets out back ahead of Holder M1. He must have been held up with damage. But a 5-second penalty. F1 Linus, a 1:05.484, gets the fastest lap of the race. Wow, Wheeler gets another 3 seconds added on. So look, now the entire field's starting to get up with penalties. Someone's asking who is racing for MFR. That is the Hazard 09 and Matty Siski. Well, I presume it's Sir Quineth. A lot of action. You're right, F1 Linus getting past Benny Callagh in the midfield battle. They're having a lot of drama. F1 Linus gets back. Benny Callagh hasn't pitted yet. He's done 14 laps on these tyres. Interesting enough, look at that. Payne's Dead and Passassin have two drivers have put on the hard compound tyre. The rest of them beginning to favour the mediums at the moment. And that's a little bit of a wrong move from Benny Callagh. And Gelotto goes up the inside. If he's a substitute driver, he is doing an amazing job at the moment with battling in the midfield. Warx has got past Sebski in the top battle, so now Cam's got 3 seconds but hasn't pitted yet. Sebski has. He's going to hold up a battle with Honda M1 as well. This is where I talked to you about that penalties are becoming a little bit more easier to follow. Let's take a look further up as well. F1 Linus has got up on Shabby 2K coming into... Oh, he's got on the curb. Look at that. He got caught on the curb in the braking zone. It just dragged him out a little bit too much. And it's compromised him in the exit. So you have to make all of this now. Well, look at the ERS. It's on and overtake's on as well. Can he go for a move this late into turn 4 at Sochless Gold? Answer, come there, none. One of the closest battles on the track. Payne's Dead closing in behind the Hazard. But that's a hard tyre battle to mediums and with a penalty. And Payne's Dead has passed the Hazard. But that was with penalty, so we don't take to look at that too much. Honda M1 and Sepsky now will be the two to watch. And Sepsky gets another 3-second penalty. But now the battle is on between two of the drivers who don't have penalties in the top 3. And this is Shabby 2K and F1 Linus. Shabby, as I said, running for the WCR. And F1 Linus running for GSP. Pulling up now towards Remus. Gets too far into the braking zone. See how much it drags them out wide. Downhill. Wrong camera. Wrong camera. Pulls to the inside. Go for it. Oh, what a move. They bang wheels. And he's through. F1 Linus up to 6th place. Shabby down to 7th. Bit shabby there, but good move from Linus. And he can now set his sights on ISRL Passassin, running in 5th. Fabulous, fabulous. If you're on the Twitch chat as well, the teams have just come back up so you can see who's racing where, what leagues we've got involved, as I said. So we've got BBB racing for Mercedes, FE racing for AlphaTauri, GSP for Racing Point, MFR for Red Bull, PLR for Alfa Romeo, TNE for Williams, TRL for Haas, and Velocity have Ferrari, WCR has McLaren. And there, a move up the inside. It was coming. They're still battling it out. Oh, and off the track. How Hamilton and Rosberg was that? They're still side by side. Shabby goes through an F1 Linus. F1 Linus comes back to the inside, gets in the tow, doesn't have the DRS, has the slipstream though, but a clean, effective exit there from Shabby to mean that he keeps out ahead. Change for the lead, but that's only because we've got tyres that are battling it out at the moment, because Warx Rage has retaken the lead on 2-lap-old mediums. Cam 5252, the American driver, as I said, represented the TNE. At the moment, he's on 17-lap-old tyres. He hasn't pitted yet. So now this is where I talk about the battle, as TNE, the other teammate, Honda M1, is going to take past quite easily his own teammate. And Warx is going to be in the battle. F1 Linus coming back up for Shabby as well. We'll take a notice on that because he's got a lovely exit out of turn 1. Uphill, Kink at 2, into 3. And come on, where is he going to go? Oh, he thought about it. Did he see it? He looked on Kink to the inside. He thought about having the move. And another 3 seconds added on for Chris Nuaz. DRS open for the both of them now. Shabby's going to have to remain defensive. Cuts to the inside. Perfectly sells in the dummy. F1 Linus trying to go around the outside. The McLaren of Shabby swings to the inside, leaving a perfect door open for F1 Linus to slip through. Can he hold it off? He's on the outside coming into the Pirelli corner. No! Shabby goes back through. Here comes Gelotto now. Right behind them. 3-way battle for 6th place at the moment. Fight, fight, fight! Through the Vodge curve, up towards Rins. Gotta keep it smooth though, guys. Don't want to risk another penalty for Gelotto and a penalty for you, Shabby and Limus. Here we go again. Saddle up. Guns are hot. Into turn 1. Looks to the inside, just letting Shabby knows he's there. Perfect corner execution, gave him a lot of time uphill. Pulls to the outside, sells in the dummy. He's going to have to commit to the outside of Remus. He knows he can't turn in though, because Shabby will be there. He still turned in. Wheel to wheel, nose to rear tyre. And he got punted out. And through also goes Gelotto. Shabby from 6th to 8th in the space of 1 corner with a perfectly timed move from Linus in the Racing Point. Fabulous move. Beautiful move. Damien Insanity's up to 9th place as well. He's passed Benny Callagh, who still hasn't pitted on those hard tyres. It's still lap 19 for him. He hasn't started the 20th lap. Battle up front as well. We've got Cam coming in. Oh, and he's just lost it. Why is that? Pit lane. Finally, after 19 laps, he comes in on those medium tyres. Big lock up at the exit there. Well, that was very Sebastian Vettel, wasn't it? I remember him doing that at Monza one year. Don't worry, we've got plenty of time. Shabby now on the attack. Gelotto's up there as well. Gelotto, actually, F1 Linus has caught up Passassin incredibly well at the moment. DRS over for Gelotto, but look at Linus. He's flying on those mediums. 7 laps for medium on Linus. Passassin 8 lap on hard, so understandably a little bit quicker Linus will be. Into turn 4. Oh, he's almost pushing him through that corner. That was very NASCAR, to go back to your point there. 13th and 16th at the moment. Let's have a look. 13th for the Hazard. Yep, we're closing in. Payne's dead. They've changed after position, but Hazard has a penalty. These guys don't. We'll stay with them. I'll update you as we go along. 4-way fight now. Passassin, Linus, Gelotto and Shabby. Gelotto has a penalty. A further penalty. 3, 6, 9. It's only lap 22 as well. This has been a fantastic race, and it is going to be into the last quarter. He's going to have a little look now, isn't he? Now, if I was Linus, I would dive it up the inside. Oh, but Passassin thought about that, didn't he? Oh, what a move! Sweeps around the outside. They do make contact. Punched into a half spin. Linus keeps it through. And another great move. I'm a bit worried, though, because Passassin was right behind him. He's going to have a go coming back down into Sochner's Gold. Oh, beautiful move from Linus. It was a bit risky though, wasn't it? They did come together and almost a spin for Linus as well. But still, he's making those medium tyres work for him, isn't he? Up into 4th place. And now the midfield battle goes on. Passassin and Gelotto has a penalty. So now you look at Shabby to get through. But Gelotto all over the back. Looks to the inside. Oh, looks up. Pushing through the Rint curve into Red Bull Mobile. And Payne's dead. Gets a further 3 seconds added on. Mohamed Utas down to 17th place now. The gap at the bottom half of the field spreading up. And Passassin closing through. And let's take a look then at the penalties, because I think it might be needed. 6 seconds apiece for these two, so they're racing for position. Gelotto up the inside of Passassin. Passassin doesn't want to give it through this time, but through goes Gelotto. Passassin down the order. Gonna come back with a vengeance. He's on hard tyres, remember, as well, so remember that's going to play a factor. It's changed to a little bit of a ERS position. That was a lot of rear braking and almost unsettled the car. I want to see what was happening there. That was a bit bizarre. That was something else. I want to check what happened there. Good at the exit. So let's run through the penalties. I mean, you can see on your screen, but for those of you out watching and just listening, Warx Rage leads this race by 2 seconds, but has a 5-second penalty. He needs to increase that gap. Sepsky has 6 seconds, the same as Gelotto and Passassin. 3 seconds for Damien, 9 seconds for Cam, 3 seconds for Dylan. Payne's, hang on a minute, we've got a yellow. And out of the race, one of the Ferraris. And a move up the inside as Passassin under pressure. Gelotto gonna have to really hold back. And he's got going again, so no safety car needed there for Chris, who was spun round. Benny Callaghan on those soft tyres now back into position with 105.326 fastest lap. So back to my talking. Damien has 3 seconds, 9 seconds for Cam. Again, into the pit lane comes Chris. After spinning, possibly to change tyres. 3 seconds apiece for Dylan and Payne's Dead and the Hazza. So their battle does now count as Payne's Dead has a penalty. Good spot for one of our chat members. Little Weeder gets 9 seconds. He's the biggest of the race so far. Add that too with Cam. 6 seconds for Sequineth and Chris Nerozzo, who has just been passed by 3 second penalty for Mohamed Utas. We'll give you that back on the last lap of the race. Here's your tyres at the moment in the full gap battle. And Passassins are now on 12 lap on hards. He can go longer into this race, but he's losing the speed he would have mid-race as well. Benny fastest laps is Seymour Copran and Benny Callaghan, teammates together in the BBB series. And the battle for the lead, not really hotting up because Warx has that 5 seconds. Honda M1 doesn't, so TNE at the moment look to take first honours. Little Weed has got 9 second penalty for Drew Z, as Chris Nerozzo has got some penalties. Mohamed Utas makes that 3 second penalty now. 9 seconds worth of penalty. Drivers running without penalties to watch out for. Honda M1, Mohamed Utas is out of the race. And he's crashed into the last corner. Can we see the car? Well, we've got green flag here. Yep, yellow at the start line though. And that not going to trigger a safety car. But for the BBB, the home team boys, Mohamed Utas is out of the race in the Mercedes, leaving only Benny Callaghan for the BBB series. Our first retirement, yellow flag still out now. Gone from third sector to first. That car just coming back onto the track, I believe, but he'll disconnect soon. Now, I'm doing a bit of quick mental math. I don't think Passassin, I think Passassin will have to pit again. Chris Niozo has just put onto the soft compound, so he's good to the end of the race, 11 laps. You count the last lap, of course. Reminder as well, if we had... Oh, Warex gets another penalty. Game over. That 3 seconds now becomes 6, and game over. Hang on, 5 seconds. 8 seconds worth of penalties now. Let's just check that, shall we? Don't want to make a fool of myself. Yeah, 8 seconds. Warex now has 8 seconds, so that's it. Game over. Honda M1 can now just cruise behind and keep the gap even to Sepsky behind. So Honda M1, it is his to lose at the moment. Shocker. Shocker. As Passassin is getting close to Gelotto. Shabby's right there too. Further 3 seconds for Dylan in the Ferrari. No, Mr. McLaren. That 27 of 36. Got to keep close. Got to keep everybody just where they need them. Fantastic battling. 5 laps for Cam, remember, on those softs. He has that penalty, but can make some carnage. It now becomes a strategy call at the end of this race, just to either A, keep your position, because you're either in front or behind someone with the penalty, and for those with the penalty, it's push hard now to get the gap to the guy behind. Remember that thread of rain I talked about? It was sunny, wasn't it? Anyone else see cloud? Oh, Passassin was late on the brakes there. He pumped the side of Jakarta, and he's disconnected. Jakarta's disconnected. Through goes Passassin. Through goes Shabby. Gelotto has a disconnect as the Hazard gets a further 3-second penalty. The worst disconnect in history goes to Gelotto as he was battling over position. Now it's been given up to Passassin, and now Shabby is feeling a little bit more less shabby. He's feeling more and more happy. And that disconnect going to be costly as well. I can just, if you all listen quietly, you could hear somewhere in the simulator for JG Gelotto, he's punching his wheel, he's kicking his pedals, he's literally jumping up and down in his seat with all sorts of words I can't use because there are children present. And Benny Callaghan gets another penalty. As Gelotto comes into the pit lane, presumably I think that's Ghost Protocol, isn't it? F in the chat for TLR. Are there? Well, TLR at the moment, yeah, not having great ways. Mohamed Isas has left. He's already out of the race. TLR, Faxland and JG Gelotto. 17 cars are those, so I don't think the other Haas cars. Oh, here we are. I don't think the other Haas car's present at the moment. Well, I do apologise if you remember the TRL. Montreal, though, next. That's a great track. Lap 30 of 36. F1 Linus closing on a battle with his teammate of Sepsky. Now, Sepsky has a penalty, so Linus should easily breeze through. That should really now be come on, I'm sure you all agree with me as well. That should now be an instantly move past. Just like Barrichello had to do for Schumacher, Sepsky now does for Linus at Remus. Well, it was good enough for one, it was good enough for the other. Currently lost a monitor up in the commentary box, so hopefully we're still broadcasting. Hopefully we're still broadcasting. Sorry, are we back? Massive pain there. Hopefully hopefully you can still hear me. It's lap 30. Well, this stream becoming a radio stream. It's lap 31 at the moment. I'll fix that screen. Don't you worry. Give me a second, guys. It's lap 31 at the moment of 36. And everything happening. There you go, boys. It's starting to rain. Should I blame the weather? That was a very that's a very Martin Brundle thing to do. I'll blame it on the weather. Yeah, I'll blame it on the weather. A bit of a spike there with our audio equipment. We apologise for that. We'll blame it on the weather. It always seems to help. Hopefully we're back now with some broadcasting. It has started to rain, so do you remember what I said about that weather cloud? It's coming back into fruition. Who's going to pit for the intermediates? This is going to help Honda F1 massively at the moment. All the fault of Jeff, says TR as well. It won't rain heavy enough. They've got to keep pushing. They've got to keep charging. They've got to see where this goes. Well, massive power failure. Hopefully we're all back into contention now. Ah, Sepski's pitted. Sepski's pitted. Is he going to put on those those inters? Let me know in the group chat. What do you want to do? What would you do in this situation? Everyone watching is an e-sporter. What would you do? Would you put on intermediates or would you wait? It's a brave call. Little bit there. Oh, it's starting to get treacherous. So a big slide there for Passassin. Let's take a look at the race leader, who isn't effectively race leader. Inters going on for Dylan. Sepski did put on the inters as well. 4 laps to go. Oh, I'm getting vibes of... Oh, yeah, I'm getting vibes a lot here of the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix. Now, Honda M1. And remember that 8-second gap. Do you remember that 8-second gap? That's what Warx has. Honda M1 has decided to pit. This will give the 8-second gap to Warx. Is that going to be good enough? Is that good enough? Who's pitting for Inters? It's wet enough. The DRS has been disabled. They've really got to be careful now. Really got to be careful. Cam with a penalty. Ferrari in the mix. Pitting. Cars pitting. Passassin in. Linus in. Passassin. Shabby. Cam. Damien. Painstead. Benny. The Hazard. Giletto. All coming in. 22 seconds. Warx on those mediums. Oh, this is gonna be something insane. You can feel it. You can hear it. It's all starting now here. 22-second gap. Let's have a look at those penalties. You're right. See the group chat. Everyone's gonna be on Inters. 8 seconds Warx has in those penalties. 17 seconds he has on the track. But Honda M1 does have that into tyre. 2 laps to go after this. It's down now to 14 seconds. We're watching Passassin. And Warx is into the pit lane. Warx has decided he can't do it. He's pitted. Sepski takes second. Honda M1 leads and at this Red Bull Ring. TNE lead in the first of the champions. Yellow, third sector, Ferrari. This is going to be tight. Honda M1 is going to win if he can keep it on the road. If it rains heavier, though. GPS. Could it be a double podium? I don't think so. 3 seconds, 4-5. No, it could be. It could be. I think it just is. Sepski might just remain third. It's a close battle, this one. There is Sepski. He's got 6 seconds. 4, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. Yes, he might just do it. He might just do it. Payne's dead. Passes Dylan. That was crucial as well because Payne's dead. 3 seconds. Dylan is 6. So they're going to swap positions there anyway. A lot of people in the chat there saying blame the technical difficulties on the weather. I am. Just like in Kuala Lumpur, lightning strikes. The track is so wet now as well. They're on the right tyres. There's Honda M1. Less than 4 seconds, surely now. He can just go through. Oh, speeding in the pit lane. Chris Newell has 5 seconds as well. Those Germans are known for their inters. Third sector yellow. Ferrari off. Oh, it's Chris Newell who's out of the race. Our second retirement of the day. Now that is disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Keeping it charged. Due to the rainy weather, all the time is in Germany. That was from a stopper on ITV. It's the last lap of the first ever race of the Champions Series here. Broadcast on BBB Racing. 9 leagues, 10 races. This is the first, and this is going to be our first winner. TNE will take honours in race 1. But by my calculations, in the Constructors' Championship, it will go the way of the Racing Points in the GSP League. That's already a championship battle that we're all going to be listening to with intense battle over the next 10 weeks. Yellow second sector. Nobody's slipping there. Well, qualified second on the grid. Took the lead away from War-X. At the start, lost the lead. The rain hit. It looked doubtful he would take victory. But surprise, surprise, he has done a Michael Schumacher, a wet weather master. TNE takes the first ever Champions Series win. It's Honda M1 victorious at the Red Bull Ring. F1 Linus is second. Third at the moment is Sepsky. Passassin fourth. It is a double podium for GSP. Linus ahead of Sepsky. And they take the lead in the Constructors' Championship. Cam gets a 5-second penalty for an unserved penalties. So it's Honda F1, Honda MF. I'm going to try again. It's TNE Honda M1, F1 Linus, and Desepsky in third for the podium. And Dylan in the McLaren, representing the WCR, takes in 10th place and the last points paying position. There's your race winner, TNE Honda M1. Driver of the day goes to Shabby 2K. Well, we'll come back in a second as well for the podium ceremony. Here it is, onto the podium. A fantastic virtual podium then for a fantastic race. What a charge! Honda M1 wins for the TNE. It's GSP though, who's going to take the Constructors' Championship battle. A reminder, followers on Twitch and followers on the Discord as well, at Joshua Birch 99. Get in touch, we want to hear from you. Here's the race results then. It's TNE Honda M1, F1 Linus, Desepsky top 3. Shabby is 4th, ISRL Passassin is 5th, War-X Rage is 6th, Damien Insanity 7th, Painstead 8th, Cam is 9th, and Dylan rounds out the top 10. Benny Karak 11th with the fastest lap of the race, a 105.326. The Hazard 09 12th, Little Weeder is 13th, Gelato is 14th, Sequinith 15th. Out of the race, Chris Neuros and Mohamed Utas. Well, I'm not going to go off air just yet because we've got some things to talk about. So don't you think you're going anywhere, because this has been an amazing little battle, this one. Don't forget, these leagues, the BBB, FE, GSP, MFR, PLR, TNE, TRL, Velocity, WCR, all racing in their own leagues. This here, every Sunday. This is where they come to do battle. So we're going to dive away from that and come back up to Comcam, as I've still got it going in my ears at the moment. But I want a little chat with you guys as well. Let's have a little forum, shall we, as well? Hopefully we'll get like a chat box up here at some point in the future where we can see all your viewers as well, and hopefully even get some phone calls going or video calls for live interviews post-race. But for the race one, TNF1 Esports, tune into the Transnational Esports League, 7 p.m. US League. They're starting 40 minutes as well, so go watch that as well. If you're new here to BBB Racing, we've got our own European series, or the original series, we like to call it. That's going to be on Mondays. That'll be back next week as well. And a little personal note as well. If you're a fan of Formula E, MotoGP, British Touring Car Championship, even Formula 1, believe it or not, go follow my own YouTube channel, Joshua Birch, Motorsport Journalist, for watch-along commentary. They start next weekend for Formula E's. Race only, though, for every series, bar Formula 1, where we do all the pre-practice and qualifying as well. So join us next weekend for that. That's 5 p.m. on UK. Follow here on BBB Racing on our Twitch and subscribe as well. Our dear friends, thank you for watching today. And hopefully as well, we'll be back next week. As we see, we race in Canada in 7 days' time. That's going to be an interesting little race. In fact, I've got the melody in the background here, as you can hear, of the F1 lobby. How nice is that? I don't know if you're hearing that, but that's what I'm hearing as well. Follow Velocity Esports Racing on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Not to mention we have our own Discord service. We have our Racing Belgium tomorrow. Good luck, guys, in Velocity. Follow our Discord as well. That's going to be the best one as well. And, of course, go follow all the leagues. Give you them one more time. That's BBB. Our own channel, so like, subscribe as well. We're on YouTube. Go to FE, GSP, MFR, PLR, TNE, TRL, and Velocity, and WCR as well. So, after party, so Can has said as well, and everyone getting through as well. I want to know, everybody, we've seen their driver of the day, just quick, because we've got about 10 minutes or so. Let us know in the chat now, who's your driver of the day? And if you've got a question, throw it out as well going forward too. Hopefully we'll get some interviews as well. So get your questions in. Come on, quickly. I'm here. I've got Olivia Forum. It's, you know, Crofty has hashtag Ask Crofty. I have hashtag Ask Birchie. Let's get that trending. Honda as well going for F1 Linus with his overtakes. Some fantastic overtakes today in his race as well. Right round the outside at turn 3. Remus, don't think I've ever seen that before. I think Hamilton tried it, didn't he, on Rosberg, and Rosberg just ran him off the road. Fantastic little bit of manoeuvre there. Schumacher and Montoya tried it in 2001. That ended up in disaster. Heidfeld went slide into Sato the next year as well. Burkham on Twitch says Sepsky with his early slick choice. Very good call, that, to get onto front row as well. Shabby 2K, driver of the day as well, saying YX lights. Yep, I agree with that. But perfect call in qualifying as well to get on there. I stopped ITV, but also Sepsky undercut to Inters, which made him P2. Good call there. Driver of the day, Shabby. Everyone seems to be quite agreeable there. What's your favourite race coming on the calendar as well? I mean, we've just done Austria. Winner going to TNE, of course. We've got Canada next. Italy on the 7th of March. 14th of March for Brazil. 21st of March for Bahrain. Hungary on the 28th of March, the same day the Formula 1 season and the MotoGP season kicks off. Japan, 4th of April. 11th of April in China. Belgium on the 18th of April. And the 25th of April going for Britain as well. No Spain. That's our upcoming race on the TNF as well. Belgium, obviously. Japan, we're saying on BBB Racing. And I'm looking forward to Japan as well. Belgium, I'm looking forward to. Britain, 100% looking forward to it. Damien saying Britain as well. Hello, Damien. Great race today. Going forward as well. Hopefully, as I said, we'll get the chat up here going forward as well, so you can interact as well as we can. Of course, looking forward to Monza, and that says Balbio CGN. No Monaco, says Burkham. No Monaco. Do you really think it was a good idea to do Monaco? Why no Monaco on the calendar? 10 race league. Just banning Monaco later. If we do season 2, can't do all the tracks in one season. 10 races, then we'll do a second series, and we'll switch over as well if this is good. Oh, I've just been told by the admin team. Added. Sure. All right, add in. Just be glad we're not doing Russia. That's not on the list, is it? No, Russia. Just checking. as well. Azerbaijan would be one that I would be looking forward to. I think we've seen that before going forward. So, it's going to wrap up with a reminder. As I said, we're here. Interview with Sepsky. That's next week. That's on next week's show as well. We haven't got this broadcast software at the moment. Well, we have got it, but he just doesn't seem to want to be cooperative. So, interview with Sepsky is next weekend. And do join us for that as well. I'm going to look forward to sitting down with him and talking. So, thank you very much for joining us in our very first Champions Series race. It has been absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for 7 days' time when we go for Canada. We want to see a race in Monaco, not to end it at turn 1. Why no Monaco? We want to see a race. Yeah, Sander Vot. Probably not the best idea. So, thank you very much for joining us. Next week, what is going to be the honour? GSP have taken the lead, the constructors, but can TNA get the lead as well? Thank you very much. Great race, great company as always. Like and follow our channel on Twitter at JoshuaBirch99. Follow all the other esports guys as well. They're truly good sports. Thank you to everyone for making this possible. We'll be back 7 days' time in Canada. Good night, everybody.